My name is Marcus Salazar, and this is my pre-assessment for my ninth grade class. So I decided to go with a fables unit to go over the Common Core standards and satisfy those. And for my pre-assessment assignment, I'm going to do a PowerPoint. That way they could do a picture interpretation. I decided that that would be the best thing for them to get their minds going. It doesn't involve the text, but it does involve critical thinking in terms of, again, the main concepts and what they I want them to kind of get out of this assignment. So first off, I would show the picture via PowerPoint, let them view it for a couple minutes, minute tops, and then I would go into some questions. So the questions would be, what is happening in this picture? Kind of observe for a minute, let them again answer these questions. Don't say anything. I wouldn't say anything back because I'm just observing. I want to pre-assess where our knowledge at is in terms of where the class is with their knowledge and their comprehension of how can they decide analyze this photo. And again, we're going to be dealing with text in the next class, so a picture, like a cliche, is worth 1,000 words. So they should be able to get the gist of the story just by simply viewing it. And the next question would be, what do you think the theme is, or the moral of the story? If they don't know theme, then I would explain what a theme is. It's basically the main part of what a story, or in this case a fable, is trying to say, and it's usually a morale thing that they have to get out of it. So of course this is a tortoise and the hare picture, so they would, if they don't know that the moral of the story is that, sometimes slow but steady wins the race, then I would explain that. But hopefully they can understand that, or else we'd be pretty far behind. The third question would be, what do you believe the tone is? And this is just a simple thing that we'd be going over in literature. How do they feel the tone is? Is it a melancholy? Is it like optimistic? Is it like a good ending? So that kind of like goes into tone, and I want them to kind of like start thinking about that as we go through this picture interpretations, because we are going to be going through that as one of the main concepts in the assignment. And the fourth question would be, how can this picture be used to help understand the story? Again, pretty self-explanatory. They'd be viewing the picture. I'd, of course, ask them this question, and I just listen and assess where our knowledge is at in terms of how can they, if they can interpret a picture, I think they would be able to interpret a short and simplistic text. And the last question would be, can children fables be impactful to adults? Now, this is a question that I kind of tangented off of my essential question. It's not my essential question completely, but it's something to think about, so that way they kind of get a feeling of, can these children's tales be used for adults, and can they be impactful? And then I would kind of just listen to them again and just see what do they think right now, just by viewing this picture. Because in the next class we will be going over the actual text, and we'll be in groups, and that also depends on my assessment of the class and where we are. Maybe we don't need to do groups, and a lot of factors do come in from just this pre-assessment. So I would do this for the class prior. That way I can plan accordingly for that following class of what I think they need to go over. If I need to go over the main concepts a little bit more, I could do that. If I need to go over how to interpret a story, I could do that just real quick. And again, I think this is a great way to pre-assess before delving into the actual big unit that I have planned out for them. So this is my video, and then there will be a rationale turned in along with it. Thank you.